I quit. It did it again. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh Lord. I give up. I give up. Y'all back? Are y'all back? I'm trying it again. I don't know. I'm learning. Gosh. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Henny. I don't know what's going. Look, Henny. I'm learning. I'm sorry. Thank you. Thank you, Sherry. Thank you, Henny. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. It just like stopped working and I just I don't know what happened. Thank y'all. I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm learning. Lord have mercy. Jesus. She wasn't look, Nicole, you went to the kitchen. I was still right here. Oh my gosh. Anyway, what I was saying was you don't have to be thank you. Chic, is it Chic Crafts? Thank you. Oh my gosh. I was trying to show y'all the list. That stopped working. So I just, oh my gosh. Anyway, so I printed the list. You'll need a weeding tool. Yes, Cricut makes weeding tools. Cricut makes all the tools. Anything that you need to make stuff. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you, Angela. Cricut makes all the tools you'll need, but you don't have to be tied to Cricut. So, like, Cricut makes a weeding tool that looks like this, right? But you don't have to use theirs. There are every company that makes all the Cricut stuff or the Cricut or the cutting machine type stuff, they all have their own brand of stuff. So my personal favorite weeding tool is the Pen weeding tool. I like it because it has that, and I know you can't really see it well. If I can help you see that. That tip right there is fine, and it really does help a lot. So I use that most often. But this one is still good because when you get started with Cricut, they have like a little kit you can buy that will get you going, right? So it's a good starting point. You will need vinyl, right? So you'll need heat transfer vinyl. You ordered your heat press. All right, heat press. You have to find the one that's going to work for you depending on how much space you have. You don't have to be tied down to Cricut brand of vinyl. That's another beginner mistake that I made, is that I thought that because I was using a Cricut, I had to use their vinyl, and you don't. Okay. And I know a lot of people use tools from Dollar Tree because they're like things you can buy from Dollar Tree. Some people even use I don't know, they come up with all kinds of stuff that a needle, you can put the needle in from a mechanical pencil. They just remove all the lead and put the needle in, and then they use that as a weeding tool. Whatever is going to work is what you should use. Okay, that's my suggestion. All right, I am so sorry, you guys. All I can do is say I'm sorry, and thank you for coming back and finding me. I was like, how do I even start a new broadcast? Because I didn't know I ended it. Hey, Miss Victoria, thank you for being here. All right, there were like, I don't know, 20 some people in the other one, and I guess they couldn't find me, but I got to keep going. Okay, you'll need a heat source. Yes, you can use an iron. The iron, can I just move these lights for a second, you guys? Because I feel like they're like in a weird spot. So I'm gonna move these lights and I'm gonna come right back. An iron will work. However, when I first got started and I was using an iron, because you can't really tell the temperature of an iron, it just stopped working. Hey, D. The iron stopped being effective for me because you can't tell what the temperature is, and you're not going to get good even pressure. And then you don't have a timer on, unless you have a, I don't know, fancy iron. You don't have a timer on an iron to show you like, oh, I've been doing this for 30 seconds or, whatever. So when I was using an iron, I had to have like I would set the timer on my phone and then press and then move it and then press again. So an iron is, yes, you can make a t-shirt if all you have is an iron. However, thank you, Patrice. Look, I'm gonna have to reach out to you and tell so you can tell me, Delonda, don't do this, don't do that, because I don't know what happened. I have no idea what happened. I don't know. And I felt like I was on a good path, and it's like whatever. Yes, y'all, please hit the like button. I didn't see it. I didn't even remember to do that. Thank you, Crafty Puerto Rican. Y'all, I was like, I don't know if they're going to find me because I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. I'm still learning. And this is the second time that I have lost connection on a live. So what I'm saying, yes, you can use an iron. However, make sure there's no water in the iron. And, it's just harder because, thank you, Rose. Hey, Louise. You're gonna have to keep moving the iron and then making sure you put enough pressure on the iron. So I started out with an iron, but you definitely got to be pressing a lot and moving it. So just keep that in mind. I also say, don't just buy a heat press just to buy one. And let me tell you why. The first time I bought a heat press, I bought the Cricut. I bought this one, the Cricut 9x9 Easy Press. I like this Easy Press. This is a 9x9. What I like about it is that, the bottom, you're going to get good solid, everything is going to be even. You're going to have even pressure when you are pressing. That I like. I like the fact that I can move this anywhere in my craft room and I don't have to be like, where I have to keep it on this, table. I have to have a dedicated space for it. I like that. What I don't like about the Easy Press, hey y'all, hey, okay, friends. What I don't like about the Easy Press, then the reason why I ended up going to a bigger press was that for me, that's right, class of 91, honey. Thank you, Samantha. What I don't like about the Easy Press is that, and this is just my personal experience, might not be your personal experience. I feel like you have to have a lot of pressure with the Easy Press. Has anyone else experienced that? Like anybody else have a Cricut Easy Press and they feel like, okay, when I'm pressing, I gotta really be, pressing hard. Does anybody else? Patrice, have you experienced that? Do you have an Easy Press? Anybody else? Okay, maybe not. And maybe the comments are coming in my honey. Yeah, now Henny is joining from the Netherlands, and there's another girl I know. There are like three people in my three of my subscribers that I know for sure are in the Netherlands. Will you move that light over here? I feel like it's kind of dark. Like this one right here, just move it on this side. See if you can. Maybe all of it. Yeah, so the next thing I did after I had this for a while is that, hey, Charnette, thank you for coming back. Thank you, Lily. Is I bought a swing out heat press, and I like it. And it was a 15, it's a 15 by 15. I still like it. I don't have anything against it. The only thing is, this is my craft table right here on the left, and it's also my workspace. So when I swing that heat press out, and of course, and it's hot, then I'm limited on workspace, because once I swing it out and I have my stuff there, then that kind of limits me. So I had that for a while, and I love it. I love that heat press, but I knew I needed a clamshell. Class of 93, you a youngster. So then I ended up with this 15 by 15 from StarCraft, and I bought that one from 143. So that's the one I use the most. I use this one the most. And so when you're thinking about getting a heat press, think about, do I have a dedicated space for it? Do I have enough space to swing something out and still work? Or do I need something that's more, I can just, this is not going to limit my workspace, because even though this is here, I still have my whole table. Okay, you have a clamshell? Okay, so take that into consideration. We're going to get to the shirt, because that's my goal, right? We're going to make a shirt. All right, and then the last thing you'll need is a design. So you have your shirt, and people think, oh, I just want to get into making shirts. And they just think, I just need a shirt, I need some vinyl. No, you need a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff that goes into making even one thing, and people don't realize that until they get started. So I want you to really just think about that as you decide to get started. Okay. All right. So this shirt that class of 81. Oh, okay, Sherry. All right. You graduated 10 years earlier than me. All right. So this is the shirt that I did. I did a screen printing with, but I also made one with HTV. And so this is just an SVG, right? So, and I'm going to show you what that means. So the importance first, when you're making a shirt, right? So let's just say this is going to be the shirt that I make. I want you to be able to read my shirt from a distance. I don't want you to have to look at my shirt and think, what does that say? I can't really see it. I don't want you to have to come close to me to figure out what my shirt says or what my design says, because number one, stay 6 feet apart until we get this COVID under control. That's one. But two, that's just kind of weird, right? If you're reading someone's shirt, just think about the things you see as you're driving down the road. You don't have to get close to McDonald's to recognize that that's a McDonald's sign. You don't have to get close to Taco Bell to see. They make it big enough for you to see it. So if you're putting on a design on a shirt, that means you have a message that you want everyone to see. So your design should be clear enough to see from a distance. And I'm not saying it has to be as big as a McDonald's sign, but that is an example of, I can see that. Even if I don't have on my glasses, I can see that. You don't want anybody to have to walk up on you, okay, to know what your shirt says, right? Because your shirt, you're putting a design on a shirt, and that has a message. Does that make sense? I wasn't even born yet. Okay, Linda. Well, welcome. Come on here you got some good wisdom for us. All right. That makes sense? Yes. So if I'm not using an SVG, what I'd like to do is go to Wordmark.it, and let me show you what that looks like. And hopefully I don't lose you again, because I think, yes, or a lot of people make that mistake too. Hey, I wonder. A lot of not just stores, but people who like sell t-shirts that make that mistake too, because they'll use a font that nobody can read. Yeah, it's a cute font, but not for a shirt. It might be cute for a water bottle, or cute for a mouse pad, or cute for something small, but not for a t-shirt. Okay, so one thing I like to do is go to a website that's called Wordmark.it. Okay. So when I'm looking at, if you've never heard of it, it's just the way that it sounds, Wordmark.it. Wordmark.it. So if you're looking at Wordmark.it, let's just say I wanted to type Delonda, right? Delonda on YouTube. And I'm just going to type it just like that. Delonda on YouTube. Now, you see I'm not logged in and I don't have a pro account. I don't have any account. Okay. So when I'm looking at this, and hopefully y'all can, see what I'm doing. Y'all see what I'm doing? Okay. You can, yes. Yay. Thank you, Samantha. Hey, Angel. Oh, I'm so happy to see you. Okay. So once I type that in, now this will show me all of the different fonts that are already downloaded on my computer. So I'm not having to think about, well, what font do I want? How will it look? And this is just here's a personal opinion here. When I'm looking at Cricut Design Space, it doesn't look like this. So when I start to scroll down and it tells me I have 181 fonts downloaded, installed on this computer that I'm using. Now, depending on which computer I'm using, I might have more, but this is my husband's laptop and I have downloaded a lot of fonts on his computer, but that's a whole other thing. We'll talk about that later. So when I scroll down, remember I said that whatever font you choose, it should be something big enough to be seen from afar if you're putting it on a shirt. Okay, so I'm looking. Okay, I like Arial Black, so I'm just going to click that. Okay, that's kind of thin. This is thin. No, that's thin. I want something that's going to stand out. Okay, I like Cambria Bold. Oh, I like Cambria Bold Italic. So I'm just scrolling through. I'm still scrolling. Okay, Comic Sans. That's a popular font. But I don't really like it that much. I don't really like this one because it made the L in my name capital. You see what I'm doing? I'm just kind of looking through to see which one I like. And what I suggest you do is find one that you like that will stand out if you're not using an SVG. Okay, I like Georgia. So far in my mind, I already see the one that I like. Oh, I like Impact. Do not like that one at all. I like that. So, okay. Oh, see how this would be too small. These would not be good on a t-shirt. Okay. So this is my process. I'm showing you exactly what I would do if I wasn't, on YouTube making a shirt and I hadn't lost my whole live stream that I was trying to redeem myself and I couldn't. I like this one too. Sticker. Okay. So I've just chosen some and I'm really not in my, I'm not going to use any of them today. I'm just showing you. So I can click this box that says filter selected fonts and it'll show me all of the ones that I just clicked on. So I can start to like narrow it down and look through them again and say, okay, well, which one do you really, really like? So I might say, you know what? I don't really like that one. So I'm just going to close that one out. This one is just okay. Not big enough. This one is kind of too close together. I don't like that one. This one I don't like the italics that much. No. So I'm going to go with Georgia Bold. So what I would do after that is I would go to Cricut Design Space and I would filter, I would type in, I would go to my text and then I would type in Georgia Bold because that's the one I just chose. That is system fonts. Those fonts that I just showed you, that means they're downloaded on your computer already. The system, when it refers to system fonts, your device is your system. Okay. Does that make sense? So now I know which font I'm going to use. And remember, and I would, if you're like me and you're getting a little older, like, what did I just say? I will write it down. I would say, okay, I just said Georgia bold, so I would write it down, or I would keep Wordmark.it open, right? So then I could refer back to it, and then I would go to Cricut Design Space and I would filter my font like that. Okay, so that's one way to do it. And if you don't find any fonts you like, and you are, again, like me, and you don't want to purchase, you don't want to be a Cricut Access member, or you don't want to, purchase font bundles, because and I've done that. I purchase font bundles, and then I don't really go back to them, because I'm like, I got to dig through them and see which one I like and install it and extract it. It's just a whole bunch. Hey, from UK. I'm frozen. Am I frozen? 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 I hope I'm not frozen. It looks like I'm not frozen. Am I frozen? Okay, thank you. Okay, maybe Henny, maybe you're frozen. Maybe I'm not frozen. Thank God. Okay. So that's one way. Another way is to go to thefont.com and then kind of like look at hey, from Houston. All right. Hey. All right. So another way is to go to thefont.com and then like look at the font choices they have available. So when you're looking at, and I'm going to show you what that looks like. So let me share my screen again and just show you what that looks like. We're not going to actually do any of that right now, but I'm going to just show you what that site looks like and kind of how to use it. So this is the most, in my opinion, most popular place for people to download fonts. So this shows you, like, let's just say this says recently added fonts, and this one is called Jack Simba. It tells you how many times it's been downloaded. It tells you that it's free for personal use, and that you can download it. But when you download it, you'll also get the option to purchase it if you want to sell something with this design on it, because it says it's free for personal use. So if I was making a shirt for myself and I wanted to use this font, I could download it and I can use it, right? So these are the ones that are just recently added, and it tells you how many times it's been downloaded. So it lets you know if it's, popular. You can click here and see all the new fonts that have been, downloaded recently. I like this one. I think I just downloaded this one today. It's called Steamed. I like that one. I like Crispy Tofu. I like a lot of the big, bold fonts. And when I'm looking at a font that's more of a script font, I still want it to be bold. Okay. So like this right here, this dripping drops, this would actually be a nightmare to weed out. Okay. This would be a nightmare to weed. Trust me, I know. And I haven't downloaded that font, and I probably wouldn't. Okay. But I like this one, Rockabilly. I like that. Black Chocolate, Love. I downloaded that one today. But these are, options. And then you can kind of even look up here and see, let me go back to their homepage. You can kind of filter through here and see, like what options they have. So during Christmas time, you can look at all the Christmas options, right? And see what they have. Christmas Dream, I don't think I would use it, but look, if you wanted to have some little, little pictures to add with your Christmas designs, you could do that. Okay. So this is another good resource for downloading fonts for free. Okay. One of my two favorite fonts from here is one that's called Joseph Sophia. I love that one a lot. It's a script font. Let me see if it'll come up. No, it didn't. Let me backspace and see if it's one word. Maybe I need to do Sophia with a PH. Maybe I lied. There it is. It's with a PH. Joseph Sophia, like that. I love this font a lot. Okay, so this is one I use quite often. And then there's another one that's called chocolate. Just plain, just chocolate like that. Okay. And there are multiple options of chocolate, but I like this one right here by Fadia Studio. I like that one a lot when I'm doing a script font. Chocolate pairs nicely with another font that's called Popsicle. Not none of these. Not maybe it's this one, Popsicle, yes, but I don't use it like that. Okay. Okay. Y'all good? If you haven't already, please make sure you hit that like button on your way in, and that would be awesome. Okay. Any questions so far before I keep going? Because I feel like I've given you the backstory and we are kind of moving through this thing. Any questions so far? Oh, discus. Okay, I haven't looked at that one, Angel. That's a nice one to check out. I will write that down. Okay, because if you don't have any questions, I'm moving on to Cricut Design Space. Okay, I'm moving on to Cricut Design Space. Love the font. Me too, Henny. Okay, I'm going on to Cricut Design Space right quick. Okay, so I'm in Cricut Design Space, and what I'm going to do now is upload an SVG that I downloaded from Design Bundles, because that's another way to, get an SVG. Janda Manatee, y'all better be taking notes, because they're giving y'all some good font ideas. All right. So I'm going to upload a file that I've downloaded from Design Bundles. And it's the one that on the shirt that I'm wearing right now. Okay. And I'm going to show you what I would do, once I choose a font. So I'm going to go to view all. Well, no. Yeah. And this is the design that's on the shirt that I'm currently wearing. Okay. So let me read. What I typically do, and let me stop for 1 second because I don't want to go too far. Let me stop for 1 second. Let me say this. Do you need to see me download the file and then upload the file, or have y'all tried that before? Let me hear from you. Do you want me how to convert a PNG to SVG? Didn't realize that. Okay, yeah, I would have to do a whole other tutorial on converting to, but today, Laura, is just how to make a shirt. Okay, so let me show you what I would do. Let me go back 1 second, and I will show you how I downloaded the file. Let me go to my purchases. Let me go to plus. Go to crafting. In 1 second. Okay. Let me share. Yes. Okay. Let me share my screen again. Da, 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 da. I wish that wouldn't have happened, I promise. Okay. So I'm on the Design Bundles website, and I do purchase. I have a plus membership with Design Bundles because I'm not a designer. I really just prefer to buy something that's already made because that's just not my thing. I rather just I'm not into designing just yet. I'm still new at this. So on the Design Bundles website, this is the file that I purchased. And I just, I filtered my search to have the word crafting in it, right? And so I wanted to find something that had the word crafting. So I just filtered my search for crafting, and I started to look at like all of the options. I even like this one, just keep crafting. That's cute. But I wanted to find something that just had words and no pictures, and something that would be easy to weed. So when I look at this, right, this is the design on the shirt that I'm wearing right now. I can click download, and it's going to say download again. Like, girl, you're a download. Okay. So I'll click it. And on my screen, I don't know, hopefully you can see what I'm doing. At the bottom left corner, if I click that file folder, these files will come up, and I can click extract all. Once I do that, it will start to extract the files wherever I want them to go. I typically don't just click extract. I put my files in a folder so that when I'm ready to go back to them, I'm not trying to figure out where they are. So what I do is I'll click browse. Like I said, I'm using my husband's laptop. This is not my laptop, but I'm just going to put it on his desktop, and we'll talk about it later. See, he had a cold nose. Let me put it somewhere else. That's kind of weird. Okay, so let's put it in this folder that's called Documents. Let me make a new folder, and I'll call it Crafting. Okay, so in this crafting file folder, I put it there. I'm going to click select. So I have to remember this is on my PC in the Documents folder, and I created a folder within Documents that's called Crafting. I'm going to click select, and I'm going to click extract. So now when this is extracted, it's in the Documents folder, and it's called Crafting. If I only download it from the Design Bundles website, it's still not on my device. So a lot of people miss that part. So now that if I double click it, I can see the DXF, the EPS, the PNG, and this one says Microsoft Edge. That is an SVG. So some people will say, oh, I downloaded an SVG and it looked like, a tab, a Microsoft Edge tab. That's an SVG. Okay. Are we good? Okay. Going back. All right. So now after I've done that, I will go to, Cricut Design Space, and then I upload the file. So I'm going to go back to my window. I'm going to go to Cricut Design Space and click share. So let me go to new so I can show you how I did that. I'm going to replace. So I've downloaded the file. It's saved. I know where it's saved. I'm going to click upload. Then I'll click browse, and I'll go to where I have it, right? So I have it in my documents, right? And I have it in a folder that's called crafting, and it's called Crafting is My Therapy. I'm going to download the one that is a cut file. Let me open this up a little bit wider. Remember I said the one that looks like this is an SVG. So I'm going to open it. Crafting is My Therapy. It's a cut image, and I can click upload. Once I click that, then I click on the file to select it, and then I add it to the canvas. When the file comes in, it's going to come in big. It typically does, and that's okay. So what I do is I reduce the view on my screen because I like to be able to see the whole screen. I don't want to, have to like scroll and try to figure out what's there. Okay. Hi, Adana. Is it Adana? I hope I said it right. Y'all feeling okay? Y'all feeling fine and good and fine? Okay. So then what I do is, now I see that this is really big, and I know that, like, look, this is 20 inches wide and it's 17 inches in height. That would be way too big for any shirt. It's too big. So what I suggest you do is grab a template and scroll down and go to the one that looks like it says classic t-shirts. Okay. And it says templates are for reference and will not be saved. So it's really nothing. It's not going to print. If that, okay, we're still good. Okay. I thought I was frozen. All right, let me go back to my templates because I don't know why I didn't come in. Okay, so now I have a t-shirt template. And when I look at the template, I need my template to, there are options. You have men's short sleeve, and you can, resize it. So the size that of my shirt is a women's short sleeve and it's a medium. So I can choose that. You have options for men's short sleeve, women's short sleeve, kids, toddlers, baby, and then you can choose the size. What I learned the other night is for women, you can have a custom size, small, medium, large, extra large, double X. I'm going to choose medium. And then I would take my file, see how big it is? It's bigger than my shirt, right? So then I would just start to shrink it down and think about like, what size do I want this to be? So right now it's at 11. And, I think that's still a little bit too wide for this shirt. And in my opinion, I'm always going to tell you when I'm giving you my opinion, because my opinion matters for nothing, right? Because you're going to make it the way you want to make it. I would unlock this and I would bring it down to make it longer, because this file to me is wide and I want it to be a little bit longer. Okay. And I think that's still a little bit too wide, but I can lock it right there because I want to just keep it like that. And then I can still just bring it in a little bit. And I can think, okay, do I like it right there? Is it big enough? When I'm making a medium shirt, really, I kind of go to like 10.0 on my width. That's my starting point. That's just my starting point. But, you do it how you do it. I think that looks good. I think, I would like it right there. Now, what I want you to notice is that when I look at my layers panel, I can see that this file has multiple layers, right? So this is a layer. All of these things are layers, right? So, and I wanted to cut out all together. So typically when I'm using anything that has a script with it, like this is a script font, and even though it's really just, this is all one thing, I'm still going to select this whole thing and I'm going to weld it. Okay. Once I do that, now it's all together, right? Let me go back. The only way to get out of a weld is to that undo button. The undo button will be your very best friend in the whole world. Okay. Because this is not, right now, it's not welded or attached. If I were to just click make it, well, it's grouped, but I want to show you something. If I were to just click make it, I'm going to show you what will happen. It's all separated because grouping only keeps it together on the canvas in Design Space. Grouping doesn't do anything for the project you're going to put this on. Okay, so let me click cancel. So even though this is grouped, and the reason I know it's grouped is because I can ungroup it, grouping doesn't do anything for your, once you click make it. Now, if I attach it, it'll stay together. But because I'm only doing one color, I'm just going to weld it. And once I click weld and I click make it, now that it's all together on the mat. Okay, that makes sense. Thank you, Patrice. Oh, Lord, thank y'all for sticking with me. Okay, we are almost at the finish line. Y'all feeling good? Okay, now let me reduce the view right here a little bit. because I also like to be able to see this whole thing too. What I typically do is I move my design down a little bit on my mat because I always think, what if my vinyl, what if it gets stuck, or what if it, there's a glitch, or the cut is off, or whatever. I don't want my design to be messed up. I can just cut that piece of vinyl that might get stuck. I can cut that. I don't want to cut into my designs, like the actual design piece. So what I typically do is move my design down a little bit. I don't ever just keep it right at all the way at the top as high as it can go. I move it down a little bit like this. Okay. And then because I'm using heat transfer vinyl, I know that I have to do what? I have to mirror this. So I'm going to turn on my mirror. Okay. So now it's ready. It's ready for me to, get the material loaded on my mat and put it into my Cricut. Now, if I was making 2 of these shirts, like if I wanted my machine to cut, or 5 of these shirts, I could do that by just going up here to project copies. And I could say, I wanted to make 5 of them, right? And if I click continue, and I'm just showing you this, and I can click continue, and then it's going to tell me to prepare 5 mats. Well, it should. Let's see. Let me click cancel. Oh, because you know what? Yes, I did not click apply. Sorry. So see, 5 mats. So I could, remember to mirror this one and, mirror that one. I would have to remember to mirror all of them, right? If I wanted to make 5 of them, but I don't. Thank you, Jamila. You trying to make me cry? Don't make me cry now. All right, Sharnette. Girl. Okay. You got that. So if you ever wanted to make more than one, you could. You don't have to just be stuck with, oh, I can only do one at a time. But I only want to make one. So I'm going to click apply. And remember, I move mine down and I'm going to mirror this. And then I'm going to click continue. Okay, it's telling me to click my set my base material. I'm using everyday iron-on. No matter what brand it is, it's everyday iron-on. If you're using something that's called HTV, HTV is iron-on. It's heat transfer vinyl, which is iron-on. Okay, so I'm going to choose everyday iron-on, and then it tells me make sure mirror is turned on. It is. And the iron-on material is face or shiny side down. Okay, I'm going to do that. I also put my pressure on more. You don't have to do that. No one recommends that. It's not on any, of the material listed. I just do that. Okay. So what I'm going to try to do is turn on my, and I hope this, works and helps and all of that. I am going to try to turn on my, y'all, I hope I don't lose you by doing this. Turn the mic off. And let me see if I can. Oh, I don't want to do that. Hopefully I can just enter the studio from here. Oh, I hope this doesn't. Broadcast studio. What I want to do is be able to show you my device. Hopefully this. Can y'all hear me? Can you see me? Hopefully you'll be able to see this. Okay, we good? I hope we're still good. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is get my mat loaded with my hold on. What did I do with my mat? I don't even know what to do with my mat. We're gonna have to use a different mat. That's fine. That's fine. Whatever. So I'm going to get my mat loaded with my vinyl. So the vinyl that I'm using is Caesar. I'm using the Caesar Easy Weed because I just like it. Look, now I wonder if I was a pro, I wouldn't know what I did with my mat. I don't even see my mat. I think I hung it up. Anyway, so I'm using Caesar Easy Weed. I like the reason why I like it is it's easy to weed, and so Caesar Easy Weed is the right name for this vinyl. It is easy to weed. And I like the fact that you could do hot or cold peel. So when you're looking at heat transfer vinyl, sometimes it's hard to know. Like, so do I peel it when it's hot? Do I peel it when it's cold? How do I figure it out? I like the fact that it doesn't matter with this vinyl. As soon as I'm finished pressing it, I can peel it and I'm not having to think about, oh, which one is it, right? So I like that. All right. So what I'm going to do is just turn my mat, and hopefully let me move this back so y'all can really, really see it. And I'm also going to turn my heat press on so it can start warming up. Caesar Easy Weed, the recommended heat setting is 305 for 15 to 20 seconds. So that's what I'm gonna set my heat press to. So my temperature is going to be at 305, and I'm gonna just leave my time on 20 seconds. So I'm gonna load my vinyl. When you're looking at your vinyl, you have a shiny side and you have a side that's not so shiny. When you're using HTV, the shiny side is what goes on the mat. Okay, so I'm using my shiny side. I'm going to put it on the mat. Okay, putting it on the mat. Some people use a tool to burnish. This tool is not, this is not a must-have. You have to have one of these. You do not. But I do have one because I shop a lot. And the people in my Facebook group know that I shop a lot. I'm trying to do better a little bit. Okay. And then what I typically do is I'll take a knife and I'll just cut off the piece. I'll cut off the excess vinyl because I don't need all of this, right? So I'll just cut like right while it's right on the mat. Hopefully y'all can kind of see what I'm doing. And then I roll up my vinyl because I buy it in rolls. I don't buy sheets. You can buy sheets, but I prefer rolls. And then I get a piece of masking tape. I know. 305. So the time. Okay. So I'll get a piece of tape, just a piece of just regular masking tape. And I'll write down what this vinyl is, because once you open it from the package and you cut from it, you don't remember what it was. So my heat press is ready. And I'll just use a marker and I write, okay, this is Caesar Easy Weed. I don't know if y'all can see that. That's what I do. And then I just put it with my other vinyl. Okay. Now I'm ready. I have my vinyl. It's loaded on my mat. You can see it there. You can see it here, right? And what I'm going to do is make sure that is, hopefully you can see, here, because y'all look right here, that you can see that is under these two little tabs right here. And I'm going to click the load. That's not true, Charnette. Not true at all. Not true, Charnette. Okay, so it's loaded. You'll see that I have just a regular fine point blade in there. I don't have anything else. There's enough space behind my machine because behind the machine, you need at least 10 inches behind the machine. Okay. Let me change this view to this. Okay, let's see if that, I don't, that probably didn't work. Okay, now I'm ready. I need space in front of my machine. I need space behind my machine. Move machine back a little bit just to be on the safe side. Okay, so it doesn't hit my laptop or anything. So I want to click the flashing C. Jamila, not true. Not true. And the Cricut will do, uh-oh, not cat crying for food. Okay. Let me see what's going on with my Cricut. Okay. We're doing good, y'all. We're at the finish line. We are at the finish line. We are dog owners. All of us in this house are afraid of cats. Everybody in here. So far, so good. Throw some food in there right quick, Jamila. Girl, I wish I knew what happened. Thank you so much, Aunt Wanda. I'm glad too, but you missed. Be glad you missed the first part because this is part 2. It just fell apart, but oh well. I'm learning, still figuring it all out. So while that's cutting, remember to get your heat press ready, have it warming up. You're allergic to a lot of animals. My son is actually allergic to Milo, so he's okay as long as Milo is not close in his face. You love cats and puppies? Oh yeah, I remember Sherry 15th, right? Nighttime. It's kind of gloomy outside. I'm in Texas, and it's kind of. I haven't been outside. Oh no, can't do. I wonder you and Sherry with that camping. Y'all need to go camping together. I can't do it. I just can't. I cannot. I can't. Hey, Cassandra. Yes, honey, we on shirts. We're trying. We're trying. One thing you probably will never see me make is unless it's sublimation, is a white shirt because I really don't do white t-shirts. They don't look right on me. Okay, so now that I've finished cutting this, the next thing, you're in Texas. I'm close to Houston, Linda. Close to Houston. I'm a Rockets fan. I'm gonna show you my beanies in a minute. What I typically do before I unload it from the machine. So of course, most people just cut and then they just unload. I feel it and I look and make sure that it got that I got a really good cut and nothing is messed up. Like I'm not gonna have a weeding nightmare and have to pull out the hammer and be mad at the machine, right? So I feel it first, and especially if you're using adhesive vinyl, that's important. It's important to like really check to make sure it cut all the way through, so you're not wasting vinyl. Okay. So I feel like it's a good cut. I feel like I'm going to be able to weed this with no problem. So now I'm going to go ahead and unload it from my machine. And I can, look at it and see. Y'all know y'all can see that I got a decent cut. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is take my weeding tool, and I told you, you can use a pen or you can use the Cricut brand. I also have one that's a Caesar. I don't know the name of it, but they have good weeding tools too. But I'm gonna use my pen because HTV is not really hard to weed anyway. And then I just kind of start in the corner. And I don't take the vinyl from the mat because the mat acts like, it helps you. It's like an extra pair of hands for you. Man, I wish that wouldn't have happened, you guys. We were going so well, but such is life. Such is life. Might have to call that part 1. Yeah, 43 viewers. Are they, how many likes on there, Henny? I need to see if I have 43 likes. 43 viewers, there should be 43 likes. So for you newbies, what happened to part 1? Oh, the broadcast just ended. It just cut off. Aunt Wanda right in the middle. And I don't know. That's what had happened. And I don't know why. So, with HTV, you don't really need 5 likes. Y'all hurt my feelings now. Please like it if it's helpful, but maybe it's not helpful. There's that. Uh-oh. So now all I'm doing is weeding, right? I'm just weeding the inner pieces and anything that I don't want pressed on my shirt. Free roaming electrons. That's what it is, Linda. Okay. Well, free roaming electrons need to be liking. 17. Okay, Angel. That's better than 5. Uh-oh. Don't do that. So be careful when you are weeding. So you see 41 on your end? Okay, thank you, Nicole. All right, so the goal is to get all of these little pieces out. And so if you've ever watched any of my videos, I don't ever do that in real time. I always just say, I'll speed this part up. But now you see it takes, takes a while because you want to get all the little pieces out. But when I'm doing a recorded tutorial, my goal is to not waste your time and to get through the video. Thank you for, all right, 42. All right, 42. That's good. I'll take 42. And people will come back and watch later when they, figure out what happened. Now, what I do think is going to happen is my easy press is going to cut off because it does have an automatic shut off. So hopefully I can finish this before it does. Uh-oh. Woo. Boy, oh boy. So I'm still not finished. Oh, I like to weed, but not adhesive vinyl. I don't mind HTV. It's easier to me. HTV is easier. That adhesive stuff, except HTV Ron. To me, I like their adhesive vinyl. It's pretty good. I was, impressed with their stuff a little bit. I only used it once, and that's because they sent it to me. I haven't purchased any, but I would if it was, deeply discounted. Right there, but that might not go well. Uh-oh. Hey, Tammy. Oh yeah. Weeding, yeah, because they'll be like, what kind of weed you talking about? That would be something. Okay. So I think I got it all out. All right. So the next thing I would do is, look at it really good. Like, okay, double check. Did I get it all? Does it say what I wanted to say? Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it's good. I can see it, right? So then what I would do, this is all trash now. Can't use this. I'm gonna have my daughter put this all in the trash can for me so I can continue to have a decent craft space. I'm finished with my Cricut. Let me see if I move this over so that you can see the heat press. Let me get the pillow. So you can just put this on the table. And I have never pressed on this table because really this table is where I store my other heat press, but we're going to see if this will be sufficient. Oh, you can see it. Oh, you can see it good enough. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is take my shirt, and according to Caesar, you want to follow the recommended settings for whatever HTV you're using. Caesar says add some heat to your fabric for 3 to 5 seconds. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to follow their recommended settings, which is add some heat to your fabric for 3 to 5 seconds. So I'm going to do that and make sure this table is locked. Okay, because I don't want that would be awful if the table fell. Hopefully y'all can see what I'm doing. Oh, you can't see it. You can see it there. Good. Okay. Okay. So then I feel like, it's good. And then what I do is, how I do mine, I take it and I just fold it in half. Just fold the shirt in half. Make sure that it's lined up as good as possible so that I can put a crease down the middle of the shirt. So I'm going to crease this, right? Because that is, if I crease it down the middle, that will let me know where half of the shirt is, right? That where the middle of the shirt is. So I just take it and I'm just going to, now this is where I'm going to give it that pressure. So, if I was using my big heat press, I could just push that thing down and be finished in one little thing. But with the Cricut Easy Press, I'm having to give it that good old pressure. And I could have very easily just, made a crease the first time, but I just don't. I just do it this way. Okay. So then I make sure I have a good crease. Okay. And then what I do is I just use 3 fingers. So I have a 3-finger rule, or I also use this sometimes, which is my Cricut ruler, and I'll just kind of like put it at the top and see, because this is a good like measure for how far down I want to go on my shirt. So I'll use this too, right? And that kind of helps me get mine in a good spot. So I'll do that. And I'll, kind of make sure it's straight as it can be. And I don't, there are t-shirt rulers. I have used them a long time ago. I haven't really used them in a while. But I kind of just go 3 fingers down from wherever the collar is. 3 fingers is, okay, so this is my starting point. So I'm going to take this from the mat And now that it's not on the mat, I can look at it again and see, did I weed it? Did I get it? Is there anything still in there that I don't want to be in there? Some people fold this in half. They'll fold their design in half, and then they'll line up the crease here with the crease here. Some people do that. I don't typically do that, but it's not a bad practice. It's not. I don't have anything against it. I just don't typically do it. Okay, so now I know that I can just line up those two lines and look at it again. Like, okay, do I like it? Is it good? Oh yeah, I like it. This, I think this is going to be a great shirt. Then I'll get a Teflon sheet because Caesar recommends Teflon. You can use Teflon. You can use parchment paper. You can use either one of those, parchment paper or Teflon. I have both, but I'm going to use Teflon. And then with my easy press, I'm going to have to stand up because I'm using this easy press and it's going to require me to press it, right? And I know that I'm going to have to keep moving it because this easy press is 9x9 and it's not big enough to just cover the whole thing, okay? Thank you, Samantha. Thank you so much. She's my classmate, you guys. Okay, so I'm going to put it on my design and then I'm going to press and the Cricut will, count it down for me. Okay, so I'm giving it some pressure because I'm using my easy press. They need to change the name right here, but whatever. Because if I was just on my regular heat press, I wouldn't have to move it. I wouldn't have to press it, right? So I'm going to pick it up and then make sure that my, thing is covered on this side. I'm going to press the C, press it again, give it a little bit of pressure. Okay, it's counting down. I have it on 305 for 20 seconds. Thank you, Aunt Wanda. Okay, so I'm going to pull it up. And even though Caesar is hot or cold peel, technically I can just pull it off now. I can just say, okay, my shirt is done. I'm finished. I don't. Now, people, so I'm going to look at this real good. I can see that I did not get enough pressure right here just by looking at it. And I know y'all probably can't see that, and I don't want to mess it up by zooming in, so I'm not. But what I am going to do is press it again right here because I can tell just by looking at it, it's not as, I did not give enough pressure where I did on the other parts of that shirt. Okay, so I'm just giving it a little bit of pressure. I haven't even set the timer or anything. I'm just kind of giving it some pressure. Okay. So full transparency, let me tell you what I do. And this is not on, I have, it's not See, that's another thing about that easy press. I still see that I can look at it and tell that I didn't give it enough pressure there too. That's just my opinion. And, my opinion has been wrong before. But what I typically do is I'll kind of just let it cool for a few seconds and then I'll press it again because it has been my experience. And you might notice this too, even with people who are in sales. You'll have a shirt that you purchased from somebody and you washed it 3 times and now the vinyl is peeling. Most of the time it's one or two things. They didn't press it long enough or it wasn't hot enough. So they might, have just been starting out and they were using a household iron. Oh, thank you, y'all. They're using a household iron and they weren't really paying attention. They would just try to jump into sales. Be cautious about that. And even if you're making something and you are intending to sell it, do it, give it your best. Do it as if you were going to purchase that. Okay. So what I would suggest is, and what I do, I let it cool for a little bit, and then I press mine again according to the recommended settings, and then I remove my backing. So now I know this part is cooled off a little bit. I'm going to press it again, and then I'll remove the backing because Caesar is hot or cold peel. That's one of the reasons why I like it. I also like another vinyl that's called Care G. I like Care G, and I'll show you what that one looks like. That one does come in sheets. It's not rolls. It's the vinyl that I kind of started with. You get like 42 sheets in that package, and it's like 57 cents a sheet when I did the math on it. It's a good starter pack. And it came with this Teflon sheet. That's where this Teflon sheet came from, that package of Care G. All right. I'm just pressing it again just to be sure. Because I want you, if your shirt is pressed well enough, if you have given it enough heat and enough pressure, you should be able to get 50 washes out of this. Okay. What does that say? Oh, I wonder, what would I do without you? We wouldn't even have a good group now. Y'all got to join that Facebook group so y'all can see their projects. We're in a Cricut Crafting Challenge right now. I think we already have like 10 entries. They're doing such good work. Good work. Okay, so now it's Caesar, right? So I can take this. This is my design. The backing is still on there. I don't buy in bulk, LaTanya. I always just buy mine from, to me, the cheapest place is Hobby Lobby because I think they are $3 and maybe 12 cents. Okay, something like that. So now I can take the backing off. So I'm gonna put my shirt back down. You saw I pressed it and pressed it and pressed it. I'm gonna turn this heat press off because I'm finished with it. So I can remove the backing. And when you're removing your backing, be paying attention. Like, is anything peeling up? Does it look like it's not sticking? Because if it's not sticking, press that thing again. Okay, and that's it. So I can, this is now trash. And there's I hope I'm not frozen. Okay, there's the finished product. Okay. Oh, Lord. And we're done. That's it. Now, I like this little gold or yellow, whatever color this is. I like it. All right. So go back. I know this is a long broadcast. Thanks, Henny. I like this color too. I know this is a long, we've been on here for a long time, but if you missed a part of you're like, what did she say? How did you do that? Just go back and just watch it again. I'm very, 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 very extremely 100%, 200% sorry about what happened with the other one. I don't know why it happened. I guess I have to still keep learning, but you can do this, you guys. And it doesn't have to be an SVG. I showed you how to look for fonts, find a font that you like, and then make your own. Find one that's, curly. I can do another, tutorial to show you how to like jazz up your font. Yes, get those. Girl, Cherry Fudge, I want to see it now. I love that. I'll ask Miss Victoria, you can ask Aunt Wanda, ask Angel, ask Henny, how excited I get when people use their machines. You bought that machine. It should not still be in a box. Don't be scared. Look, I'm on here and I'm learning how to be on YouTube live. And I'm just putting myself out there because there might be somebody who's like, girl, that way you did it sucked. But you have to do what works for you. This is what worked for me. I get super excited because if you buy something and you don't use it, that company still has your money, right? They still have your money. Okay. So y'all can do this. You can do it. I trust you can do it. I believe you will do it. And I want to see what you do because I'm going to celebrate you. Okay? I do get really excited. I do. It's almost like I made it. Okay. So thank y'all for joining me. Your heat press is in the box? Oh no. Jamila, take that thing out. Take that thing right on out. I did. Y'all can do it. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. Okay. Oh, yeah. So remember what I was saying about just paying attention to, whatever you're making, even if it's not this, whatever you're making, whatever you're going to put on a shirt, you want somebody to be able to read it from afar. They shouldn't have to come up to you and say, "What does that say? I can't see it." You don't want them to have to do that. So this was the other one I made. The one that's on the thumbnail is the one that says, "This is my first t-shirt." See how big that is? You wouldn't have to be up close to me to read that. You can see it. Okay. I see 52 viewers. I hope I got 52 likes. I'm going to have to start having somebody moderate for me on here, y'all, because I'm learning how to do this now. Live ain't my thing. I do prefer the tutorial, just posting the end result because it doesn't take as much time because I would have done this. Oh, yeah, try it, Jamila. You can do it. You can do it. I don't do a lot of adhesive. I don't do a lot of adhesive at all. I do not. Yeah. Yeah, because if I was doing this tutorial, this would have been 12 minutes. Right? I'd have been finished by now. Yeah, take that baby out of the box. I agree with Angel. Yeah, take that out. Take it out. Take it out. All right. Y'all good? Y'all have any questions before I say goodbye? Oh, well, Aunt Wanda, we in good company because now, I would have been Dimps. You missed it. Hashtag replay Dimps. Girl, we finished, but it was a mess. We got through it. They stuck with me. This is more fun. Patrice, you prefer live than just doing a posted video? Oh, you use the heat press mini. I do have a mini too. I have a mini and I have a swing out, and I got a whole bunch of stuff. And I do not prefer this easy press because that takes too much. It's too much. Thank you, Henny. Henny, I'm so glad you joined, and it was good to hear your voice in the message. Thank you. Good night. Thank you. I receive all the blessings. I want all of them. Oh, okay. All right, you guys. If y'all have any questions, you can leave them in the comments. If you're in my Facebook group, you already know how to reach out to me. You know that you can post your question. What was the measurement? Let me see. The measurement that I did for that. Now remember, that's a women's medium. It was 10 inches wide by the height was 10.2. You would have been shopping too much, Angel. Yeah, that was 10 inches wide. So bye, Patrice. Thank you so much. I'm telling you, I'm gonna cry when you get off of here. When I get off of here, when I'm doing a medium shirt, my starting point on the width is always 10 inches wide. And then I just kind of go up from there. But I use those templates to help because that'll help you figure out if it's too big, if it's too small. All right. Thank you for joining, Rose. I appreciate it. I haven't figured out custom because I don't need it, I wonder. I stick with the medium. Unless, even if I'm making a shirt for Peter or the kids, we don't go beyond that size to need custom. So All right, you guys. I enjoyed this, even even though it kind of blew my mind when it when it went awry. But you gotta just learn. So okay. I am going to log off and figure my stuff out. Yeah, y'all come on. Angel and Henny will go to their store on Harwin and see, just get all the stuff. Okay. I'm gonna log off. Yeah, regards to Crick. He didn't even help me. He all the way up there just staring at me, laughing like, girl, you didn't did the thing. Bye. Bye, y'all.